She wants her real daddy to walk her down the aisle. Now, let me give you a little backstory on me and my stepdaughter.
Just to let you know, this is a narration. The person here telling it, this isn't happening to him. This is a narration. Okay? All right, let's go.
She just graduated from university, which I paid for. Now, she went to
fair use, by the way,
in-state university, but it still cost me about $40,000. Now, I also bought her a car. I bought her a car straight after high school. That way she could go back and forth to school. I bought her a car. She still lives with me and her mother. She does not have a job. Now, she's set to be married on August the 8th. And for the past 6 months, that's all her and her mother been talking about doing. Being occupied with, they consume most of their time. Now, her daddy, he don't contribute to not 1 cent on her. Not her education, not child support, which is partly her mother's fault because, you know, she didn't fight for that. I guess that's just what the settlement was. And he only around to make promises. I do that for you. I do this for you, and then take off. And then she'd be heartbroken. But she adores her father, right? So, like I said, she's set to be married in August. And the wedding venue, I told them they could have it in my home. The wedding venue can hold about 250 people, right? Now, I said, hey, I got a list of 20 people that I want to come to the wedding. I'm paying for this at my house. I want these 20 people to come. Do y'all know Saturday, I see one of my friends at the golf course, right? He's supposed to come to the wedding. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna see you at the wedding, right? He said, I only got an announcement. I didn't get an invite. I'm like, nah. I let my girlfriend and stepdaughter know to send out the invitations on these few people, and you're supposed to get an invite. He said, I got something, but it was an announcement. So we walked to his car because I want to check, right? And sure enough, it was an announcement. So I went and talked to my girlfriend and said, did you invite those 20 people to the wedding that I told you about? Man, she didn't invite none of them. She said 250 people was a little tight, and I don't think we can get your 20 people in there. Man, I was pissed. And the people that were supposed to come, they pissed as well. Then she gonna say if any other people that we already invited don't RSVP, then we'll get some of your people in here. I'm like, what? Man, that's crazy, man. Don't even worry about it, man. I'll just be mad. All right? So now, the crazy part about it is, when I check the invitations, they don't even have my name on them. They have her real daddy and her on the invitation that I paid for. I paid for these invitations. How you got a real daddy on there, her mama on there? Cool. Couple days later, I'm hosting the venue at my house, hosting the wedding family at my house, okay? It's me, stepdaughter, girlfriend, groom, and their parents, right? Trying to help everybody get real acquainted. Then a surprise guest shows up, my stepdaughter's real daddy. And I'm like, you know what? Cool. He probably just coming to the wedding, right? But tell me why my stepdaughter proceeds to stand up and announce that her real daddy is giving her away at the wedding. What? The wedding that I'm paying for, in my house, the daddy don't do nothing for you, is giving you away? Oh, and they were just so happy and smiling. Oh, yay, great. Inside, I was fuming. Inside, I wanted to cry or punch somebody. Probably wanted to do both, honestly. So I took that time to stand up and give a toast as well. I said, I owe the groom and the bride a deep debt of gratitude because they have opened my eyes tonight. Oh, everybody at the table was just smiling. They have let me know that my position in this family is not what I thought it was. Oh, you should have saw the frowns, man. Now they mad. It done got serious. I let them know I am not the godfather or, the head of the family that I thought I was, the loved one that would be seeked out in times of need. Nah. I realized I'm an ATM. Yeah. So, since I have been replaced as host of the wedding, I shall be giving my financial duties to the new host. And I will back out monetarily. Yeah. Yep. Now, after the announcement, a whole lot of snickering was going on around the table, right? A lot of mumbling, but they didn't say anything to me. Nobody addressed me now. Now, later that night, tell me why my girlfriend gonna come to me talking about how I'm ruining so much, how I'm ruining so much for backing out, and how her daughter ain't gonna have her dream wedding, and how her daughter ain't this and that. Okay, well, it's apparent that I'm not family in this family. So the family should take care of it, right? That's my stepdaughter. I mean, it ain't even my stepdaughter, really. It's my girlfriend. I just happen to be around her for the last 10 years. But tell me why the next day, my girlfriend trying to show me how much I'm ruined, right? She takes me to where they planning the wedding, and the wedding planner showed me, all the things they got going down, everything they got set up. I look at the venue. They got some father-daughter dances, right? 3 songs. All of them cater to her real dad, not me. I looked at the food they got. 2 of the dishes got stuff I'm allergic to in it. I just started laughing. Like, they want me to pay for this? His name on it, not mine. His songs, not mine. The food, I can't eat the food. And the 20 people out of 250 that I wanted, they can't even come in my house? Wow. Okay. It's wild, man. So I went on ahead and let her know I will not be there, and neither will my money. Yeah. And they will no longer be at my house either. And you will no longer be at my house or your daughter. Because, yeah, I'm not family. I'm not even important enough to be put up on the brochure. It's crazy, man. Yeah. So I let her know that I'm not paying for it. And you and your daughter can get out of my house because apparently we're not a family. Yeah, we just 2 people stand up in this house and I'm an ATM. Have fun at the wedding, man. Rise and shine, beautiful souls. Now, normally I just play it back, but this time I want to use some tact and some sensitivity before addressing this because he has done so much for this child, and I know the child is better off because of him, being that the father is not fulfilling his parental obligations. I see this often in these dynamics. The actual parent and the
Now here's where the dysfunctional advice comes in. Here it comes.
step parent can believe that because the step parent has been there for the child, spending time with them, spending resources on them, invested in that child, they will start to believe that that step parent has become the real parent. And then the actual real parent that's on the outside of the home, they get punished for their lack of being there for the child, their lack of providing resources, their lack of effort. And I just want you guys to understand that is not the right mentality to have, because to your child,
Here we go. All right. If that is the case, then let that parent pay for everything. This is why I see it is not good to date single mothers. This is why you have men saying you shouldn't date single mothers because of these situations right here. Because I even saw a clip one time, right, of a man in a relationship with a single mom, and he's fixing the bike, right? And she wants her dad. Okay? She's not appreciative for that this man stepped up to fix the bike. All right? She still wants her father, who's in jail. And the thing is, with this situation, the mother, coming back to this situation, I have live streaming, the mother is not even checking the daughter. You want this to happen. This is why, again, you have men are saying, do not date single mothers because of situations like this. Okay? Very much so. Especially in the Black community. Especially because usually the women who pull these types of stunts come from dysfunctional backgrounds. Okay? You may have some that have well-to-do, but, hey, people who are selfish and deranged could come from any economic background. Let's just be honest. Okay? And a lot of these women don't see it wrong. I was reading the comments in this video, and you have women thinking that, oh, he wasn't obligated to do that. They've been together for 10 years. 10 years. All right? Ladies, you want a man that wants to provide. Okay? And the sad thing is, like, some single mothers, especially those from low economic means within the Black community, or from any community of low economic status, they are really scavengers, and they will hook up with a man not because they genuinely love him and he could provide, but for the fact is that he could provide, period. They will fake being in love with you because you could take care of their daughter or take care of their son. Okay. And this man will think that you genuinely love him, but you just want somebody to be a purse. Okay. A couple of years ago, I had a audio podcast called Disposable Superheroes. Don't be a disposable superhero. Okay. That women could just use you. Okay. And throw you away. Don't try your best not to be in that situation. All right. And the sad thing is you have enablers like this guy right here who is saying that's not the right idea to have if the biological father has not been in the kid's life, doesn't want to be in the kid's life, breaks promises, but you're the one providing, you're the one stepping up. Oh, that's not a right idea to have. The man is just paying for his stepdaughter's wedding. He's been there. He's earned the right. He has earned the right to do so. Okay? And if ladies have a problem with that, guess what? You should get back with the baby father. Because when you get with a man that can provide, that can protect, you're under his rules. And a lot of you women who have an objection to that, you come from broken homes. Most of you have a screw loose. Okay? Because you're not seeing that. But if you want a man to provide, there's a price to pay. All right? There is a price to pay. But this is why I'm also saying that not only should you not date a single mother, do not sleep with one. Okay? Don't do it. Just don't do it. Because in the end, they know that they're, especially ones of low economic means, because they know you get them pregnant, that's a bag. Okay? They know that. And the fact that she couldn't care and not let this foolishness go on shows she still has feelings for the baby father. Okay. Okay, there's a bond there because they've had sex and produced a child. All right. And that will cause havoc for any new person in life. All right. A lot of people are going to get mad for what I'm saying. And that's okay because I don't care. Because in reality, this is the truth and you know it. Just keep going.
Actual parent is always going to be their actual parent. All right. So I got a couple of rules here, roles that I want to give you guys. Often, whenever you're fathering a child or mothering a child, you're the step parent. You don't know what your role is, so you will try to assume many. And many of the things you do, sometimes you can get emotionally invested in it and literally try to assume the role of their.
And what do you think was going to happen for a man who's invested with a woman for 10 years, who's providing for a woman and her child that they're in a serious relationship with? Okay. He's in a serious relationship with the mother, and he is being the stepfather to that child for 10 years. Do you see this as bad advice here? Now, I understand that you may invest it. Oh, really? 10 years? Oh, I couldn't be invested in that. 10 years providing or having them a roof for them under my roof? Yeah.
Actual father or mother. So it's going to be a rude awakening, but it's some things I want you guys to look at before I even replay this video back, so y'all can kind of get this standard. And then whenever we play the video, you can.
Standard of dysfunction in the hood. Standard. This is a black subculture of dysfunction. This is the stuff that breeds domestic violence. This is the stuff that causes murder, suicides. This type of stuff is toxic. Ladies, men, stay away from single parents. If you don't have kids, don't date a person who has kids. Okay? Because this type of advice will be floating around when you are broken because you messed around and dated a single parent.
You can see where my thinking is coming from, right? So if you ever in a situation where you are a step parent and you're wondering, what is my role? What is my duty to this child? I'm not their real father, and I want to be part of, I want to be treated as if they're real father if I'm going to provide, right? Well, know this understanding before you go into a relationship where you are stepfathering or step parenting a child, okay? Number one rule. Now I want to go through what is not your role first, and then we'll get to what is your role. So number one, your role is not to replace anyone. Not to replace anyone.
If you are there for the child for 10 years and the father has not been there, you are the father. You are the mother. If the mother has not been there for 10 years, you are that child's mother. They could love the biological, all right? But if you're providing, then you have a say. And if they don't like it, they could leave. Men, make sure you have your own place. Don't put her name on the deed, especially if you have a house. Especially if you have a house. Make sure you get everything, you have your standards and stick to them. All right? Because this is nonsense I'm hearing right here. This is why social media is so dangerous when you're hearing these relationship talking points, these relationship tips. This guy may not be manosphere. Probably not. But this right here is just straight up lunacy.
Anyone. Please understand that because the relationship didn't work out between that mother and that biological father, you don't have to come in there and replace the biological father, for you are not their father. Do you understand?
You're, once again, if the father's not present, okay, through jail or parental alienation, maybe I don't understand. However, who's paying? Who is paying? That person has a right to say what goes on and calls the shots. Now, the mother, the single mom, wants to play that game and try to X you out. No. And this is why there's constantly women having single mothers, just being single mothers, having kids out of wedlock, because they can't grasp this type of solid information. You want a man, you want to love a man, you want a family with a man, then you're going to have to understand something. One, he's going to call the shots in a relationship if he's providing, especially in this situation. Especially. And if you're going to dare go this route, then you need to break up. And a lot of women will say, well, that's not me. I would never do that. Well, that's you. So stop talking. But there are a lot of you who are this way and will dare have a problem and think the man is wrong. But that just goes to show what type of economic class these type of women come from. Where's the head at? And this is why, once again, Chris Rock did say there's a civil war between decent blacks and degenerate blacks. The Pookies, the Ray Rays, the Boquishas, the ones who celebrate single motherhood, the ones that have baby showers and they ain't married. those type of degenerates, the ones who look up to R. Kelly, those type of degenerates, the ones that have sexual abuse running rampant in their family, and if you dare call it out, you're the bad person. Those type of people, those type of black people.
Your role is not the disciplinarian. And I'm going to elaborate on that because you'll take part in that, but you are not the main person to discipline this child, okay? Number 3, your role is not to provide for the child. Now, I mean, in part it is, but your role is not that. Please understand that, okay? Your role is not.
Gentlemen, you take on a single mother, the father's not there. She's going to the mother of this child that you are dating and that you will marry will look up to you to step up and to provide. The best advice could be say no to single mothers.
To make up for lost time, regardless of how much time that child has missed with their parent, their real parent, the traumas they have gone through, you are not there to fix it. You cannot repair that. You can only be the best that you can be for that child. All right. Number 5, you are not the authority over the child. You are not the authoritarian over that child. Please understand that. I know you're wondering, okay, then where's my value going to come from? Okay, I can tell.
You're not the authority for the child, but the child's been under your roof for 10 years. This is foolishness. Child could disrespect you. You ain't my daddy, but you're there to provide. Some of you have burped these kids when they were infants, fed them, clothed them, protected them, paid for their school fees, paid for football practice, paid for baseball practice, paid for their prom dress. And the mother could just sit there with a bold face and say, you ain't going to their wedding. I want you to pay for it, but you ain't going to walk her down the aisle. Are you serious? These type of people talking here know they're catering to a bunch of degenerate single black women who are single mothers or single minority women or women who are just undesirable, who refuse to work on themselves, who refuse to accept the natural order of things when it comes to male and female dynamics in a serious relationship. And this type of advice only feeds the degenerate population within the black community to keep on being degenerates, keep on having homes of confusion, mental instability, possibly abuse.
Take care of the child, but I can't be the authoritarian over it. How can I, protect and invest in a child if I can't be the authority figure? Well, here's what your roles actually are, all right? Number 1, your role is to take part in all roles, being there where you can, but not assuming the role. Do you understand? You are a step parent. We have to understand this. The biological father has a responsibility. If he is not fulfilling those responsibilities, if you can, as a stepfather, take part in that role of helping the mother to fulfill that responsibility, but you are not there to be the sole provider, authoritarian.
All this guy's doing is proving why some men are just saying, do not marry a single mother. Step parent, in part, why be in part when you could be with a woman that will help you be fully a father, fully a provider, fully respected in the household, fully appreciated, fully admonished, and you don't have to deal with this foolishness that is coming out of this man's mouth.
Disciplinarian for a child that does not belong to you biologically. Please understand that. Number 2, your role is to build a relationship with the child, not to just come in being even a partial authoritarian. You got to think about the child, okay? They already don't have their actual parent, whether that be the mother or the father, and you would be asking the child to just listen to this person because they're with you. You don't want to mess your child up like that.
You listen to this person because they're there, all right? The father's providing, you listen to the father. But like I said, all right, with these ladies that want to have relationships and not get married, This is the mess you got to deal with. And, you know, get back with the baby daddy or stay by yourself. Why should a man who has no kids should suffer this? For what? Look at the madness coming out of this man's mouth. Okay? This is the dysfunction that's in the black community that they want you to accept. Okay? And the things I'm saying, I'm a coon, probably a European, Negropean. This is the nonsense that they want you to believe. But what I'm saying is right. What they're saying is crap, and they want you to believe this crap that's coming out of his mouth. But it's okay. It's okay. That's what they will say. It's real scary what this next generation will be like in a couple of years.
You want the child to build a relationship with this person, this individual, so they can trust the individual, know that this individual is trying to protect them. You understand? They'll be more apt to perform for him or respond to him instead of just like, this is going to be your stepdad. You got to listen to what he say. Do you understand? That's too big of a burden to put on the stepfather and the child, being that stepfather will now be responsible for that child and everything he tells them. If it goes the wrong way and he is not the actual father of that child, as the mother, I'm sure she's not going to take that well. All right. So let her be the primary authoritarian or disciplinarian. You be the person there to help fulfill those roles. It's not your child. All right. Your role.
She's the man in a relationship. You're the woman. Just do the dishes. When things go wrong and the child disrespects you, go in there and do those dishes. This is my child. Once again, why marry a single mother? This is all that's coming out of this conversation. The words coming out of his mouth makes the advice I'm trying to say louder. Do not date a single mother. Do not date a single mother. Do not date a single mother.
The goal is to understand your authority. How do you do this? You get with the mother. You find out she has a son. You ask her, is the father taking part in his life at all? If she says no, you know you have quite a plate here, right? So now you need to get with her and find out what does she need? What would
you need to run away? That's what you need to do. You need to run away.
Be helpful, because that's really the ultimate goal as a husband to a woman who has a child, is to be as much help to improve the situation as much as you possibly can. You understand? All right, so your role is to set appropriate boundaries once you find out the basis of your authority. So based on what she allows you to be able to do with that child, set appropriate boundaries. Do you understand? Your role is to set a positive example above all. That's your number one role. Set a positive example. You're not going to be able to directly go discipline this child, so set the example, family. Be the person that they never had in their life, not by replacing somebody, but by being that listening ear, by providing advice that they can't get anywhere else, by offering support. You understand? But know that in all that you give, you are not their father. So don't think that that's going to help you assume some type of authority role.
If you're giving, you have to call the shots. If I'm providing for somebody who is someone I'm in a serious relationship with, I'm in a relationship with a single mom, living under my roof, I call the shots. I say whether I will provide or not. This advice is weird, man. It really is.
Don't do it. You're only going to end up with your heart hurt. All right, now, with that being said, let's run it back. Am I the a-hole?
Run it back. Man, ain't nothing to run back, man. But like I said, man, this is why the black community is so lost, especially when it comes to taking advice online for dating and being in relationships. Okay? Men, if you're not married, if you don't have kids, find a woman who does not have kids and does not come from a screwed up background. Okay? Ladies, don't date no man who has kids if you don't have kids. Okay? And if you still have feelings for your baby daddy, go work things out with the baby daddy. Work 2, 3, or 4 jobs, whatever you have to do to provide for your child and wait for him to come out of jail or whatever the situation is. But if you're going to try and put a man through this, because I know there's men going through this right now of different ethnic groups, stay by yourself and go get your baby daddy. All right? Men, stay strong. You know, I know that what I'm saying, you'll have women that will try to shame you, especially black women. You'll have men that will try to shame you, men who are simps, cucks. Stand strong, cut those people off, because this is your future. You only have one life. All right? You have to live it right. You have to live it that you will not be stressed out. Okay? Listening to this type of foolishness, because these people, this person giving you this type of advice, and then many others like him, okay, that don't care about you. They care about catering to women who are dysfunctional. This is like another Derek Jackson right here. That's what I see. Be safe out there, man. Be safe. That's all I got to say. You know what to do. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Later.